Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Rare Coins Treasures. Imagine this. You reach into an old jar of coins, maybe something left behind by your parents or grandparents. You pull out a penny, just an ordinary brown coin, or so you think. But what if I told you that dusty little coin could be worth $577,000 today? Yes, you heard me right. Over $500,000 from a single 1960 Lincoln 1-cent penny. And here's the scary part: most people who come across this penny have absolutely no idea of its true value. They spend it, they lose it. They let a fortune slip through their fingers without ever knowing what they had. Honestly, how many of us have thrown pennies into fountains wishing for wealth? Well, what if the fountain just swallowed the very coin that could have granted your wish? Stay with me, because in just a few minutes, I'll reveal the secret features hidden in this 1960 penny that can turn pocket change into life-changing money, and why coin collectors are desperately hunting for it right now. The year was 1960. America was on the cusp of a new era. John F. Kennedy was about to become president, and the Lincoln cent had already been a staple of American life for more than 50 years. At the Denver Mint, millions of pennies rolled off the presses, but among those millions, a handful were struck with unusual features so rare they now command mind-blowing prices. And here's where it gets exciting. These aren't just pennies, they're financial lifelines, tickets to freedom, and symbols of hidden wealth lying silently in your pocket change. So, what makes the 1960 penny so special? It's not just the mint mark. This coin has two varieties, the small date and the large date. The Denver Mint accidentally struck both. Now, the small date 1960 Lincoln penny is where the magic happens. Collectors are obsessed with it. Why? Because it's an error, a mistake that slipped through the cracks. And mistakes in the world of coins equal money. But wait until you hear what one collector paid for this penny. It'll make you rethink every coin you've ever ignored. Today, if you own a pristine, uncirculated 1960 small date penny, its market value can soar as high as $577,000. That's not a typo. That's more money than many people earn in 10 years of hard work. And the demand isn't slowing down every year. Collectors are competing, bidding, and paying outrageous amounts just to secure one of these coins. Imagine paying $500,000 for a coin worth 1 cent. Some people spend that on luxury cars, others on mansions. But collectors, they'd rather buy a penny. Crazy, right? But here's the danger. Most of these coins are hiding in plain sight. They're sitting in drawers, jars, or even being spent at grocery stores by people who have no idea. Every day that passes, more of these coins vanish from circulation forever. If you don't check your pennies now, you could be letting a fortune slip through your hands. Here's the truth: finding a 1960 small date penny is rare, but not impossible. These coins are out there. Maybe in your home, maybe in your pocket right now. And while most people are busy chasing the next lottery ticket, the real jackpot might be sitting quietly in a jar of loose change. Think that's incredible? Wait until you hear about other pennies from the 1960s that are worth even more. But more on that in my next video. Think about what $577,000 would mean for you. A new home, a debt-free life, the ability to travel the world, maybe even early retirement. This isn't just about a coin. It's about rewriting your financial destiny with something you already own. That's the beauty of rare coins. They transform ordinary people into millionaires overnight. Now I know what you're thinking. Great, I'll just check my couch cushions. Hey, laugh if you want. But some of the biggest coin finds in history have come from the most unlikely places. Don't underestimate where hidden treasure can be waiting. So here's my advice: take action. Now go through your coins. Pay close attention to any 1960 Lincoln cents. Look carefully at the date, compare the small and large versions. If you're not sure, consult a professional appraiser or coin dealer, because one simple check could be the difference between 1 cent and over $500,000. The 1960 Lincoln penny isn't just currency. It's a reminder that life's greatest fortunes often hide in plain sight. Don't ignore what could change your life forever. Start searching, start checking, and who knows, maybe your future wealth is already in your hands. And if you thought this was exciting, wait until you see the other rare pennies from the 1960s worth millions. Make sure you subscribe, because the next story might just uncover the coin that makes you rich. What if I told you the humble penny sitting at the bottom of your purse, that tiny coin you toss into a jar without thinking, could be worth $387,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. Not dollars, not hundreds, not thousands, but nearly $400,000. Now here's the chilling part. Most people have already thrown away this fortune without realizing it. Think about it. Every day, we spend pennies on coffee counters, leave them behind as tips, or let them vanish under couch cushions. But what if one of those pennies, the ordinary-looking 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, was secretly the key to your financial freedom? Would you recognize it before it slips through your fingers? Or will you be the person who one day hears this story and whispers, "I had that coin once"? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know how to identify this extraordinary penny, but you'll understand why missing it could cost you a millionaire's lifestyle. Let's go back for a moment to 1991. George H.W. Bush was president. Gas was just over $1 a gallon, and the U.S. Mint was pumping out millions of Lincoln pennies, as they had done for decades. But here's where the story gets strange. In Philadelphia, a small number of pennies left the mint without a mint mark, that tiny letter that usually appears under the date to show where it was made. Now, most people wouldn't notice. After all, who stares at their change long enough to care? But collectors knew instantly. Something was off. And when something is off in the world of coins, fortunes are made. Here's the exciting part. One flawless 1991 no mint mark penny surfaced at an auction and stunned the world when it sold for over $387,000. Why? Because rarity plus condition equals explosive value. Imagine holding that tiny copper-plated coin, knowing it's not just worth 1 cent, but it's worth more than a luxury house in Los Angeles. And yet, most of us toss pennies aside like they're crumbs. Let's be honest, half the time, we'd rather leave them in the take a penny, leave a penny tray at the gas station. But that tray, it could be the most expensive bowl of change you'll ever ignore. So here's the million-dollar question. How do you know if your 1991 penny is the one? First, look closely under the date. On most 1991 Lincoln cents, you'll see a tiny D or P. But if yours is missing that mark completely, that's when you lean in. Second, condition is everything. Collectors pay top dollar for coins in near-perfect state. If it looks like it just rolled off the press yesterday, you may be staring at life-changing money. But here's the urgency. Time is not on your side. Every day, pennies are getting scratched, damaged, or lost forever. That means the number of flawless 1991 no mint mark pennies is shrinking, and the value of the survivors keeps climbing. Now, let me paint a picture. Imagine selling one coin and wiping out your mortgage, or turning a forgotten jar of change into your retirement plan. That's not just pocket change. That's generational wealth. But here's the twist. The 1991 no mint mark penny isn't the only coin hiding unimaginable value. In fact, some everyday coins sitting in your wallet right now could be worth millions, but only if you know which ones to look for. So don't walk away from this video just yet, because in my next breakdown, I'll reveal another coin just as unassuming, just as overlooked, that has made ordinary Americans instant millionaires. Your journey to wealth could literally begin with a single penny. Don't ignore it. Don't dismiss it. And most importantly, don't let your chance at freedom slip through your fingers. So check your change, look twice, and remember, the next time you hold a penny, it could be worth a fortune. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a single penny, and realizing it could change your life forever. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, brace yourself, because the 1997D Lincoln 1-cent penny isn't just a piece of copper-plated zinc. One of these coins recently sold for an astonishing $657,000, yes, over $500,000 for a penny that most people would spend on a gumball. But here's the catch. Most people who had this rare coin in their hand spent it without ever knowing. Could that be you? Could you have literally thrown away a small fortune before you laugh this off? Remember, someone once sold a slice of Britney Spears chewed gum for $14,000. So yeah, people pay insane money for things you'd never expect. And at least this penny is worth way more than gum. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal why this 1997 D penny is unlike anything you've ever seen. How a tiny mint mark can be the difference between 1 cent and $657,000. And most importantly, to know if you are sitting on this life-changing treasure, stick around, because at the end, I'll show you the exact secret feature collectors are desperately hunting for. To understand why a modern penny can command such an outrageous price, let's take a quick journey back to Denver in 1997. In that year, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies. The Denver Mint alone struck over 4.6 billion coins. So, at first glance, this coin seems common, just another brown cent rolling through the economy. But as every coin collector knows, it's the rare mistakes, the overlooked anomalies that transform pocket change into a millionaire's prize. And here's the scary truth. Most people will toss this penny into a change jar, never realizing it was worth more than their car or even their house. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually looked at a penny before spending it? Be honest. We treat pennies like that one Facebook friend who always tags us in pyramid schemes. We avoid them. But here's why you should start paying attention. The 1997 D penny has a striking error that almost nobody sees at first glance. And once you do, you'll never look at your change the same way again. Some of these pennies left the mint with rare double-die errors, misstrikes, and even issues where the copper plating reveals odd textures. A handful were struck on the wrong metal planchettes, altogether creating extremely rare specimens. These are the coins collectors dream of, and when they appear at auction, bidding wars erupt. In fact, one pristine example of the 1997 D penny with unique errors commanded $657,000. That's not an urban legend, that's cold, hard auction reality. And here's the part you need to pay attention to. These coins are still out there, buried in pockets, change jars, and piggy banks across America, which means the next life-changing discovery could literally be in your home. So, what's the magic detail that separates a 1-cent coin from a $657,000 payday? Let's break it down. Start by examining the D mint mark under the date. Look for doubling, unusual shapes, or misaligned impressions. Next, check Lincoln's features his eye, his ear, and the word Liberty. A doubled die will create ghost-like shadows of the letters and design. If your coin shows unusual copper tones or missing plating, that could be another sign. And if just a few, discover one struck on a different metal planchette, like a bronze instead of copper-plated zinc. Congratulations, you're not holding a penny, you're holding a ticket to wealth. But here's the risk: you only win if you act. Every day, coins like this are lost, damaged, or spent without a second thought. Collectors are hunting relentlessly. The window of opportunity to cash in on these rarities isn't going to stay open forever. So yes, the next time someone tells you pennies are worthless, just smile and think, sure, but mine might buy me a mansion. Imagine paying off your debts, buying your dream car, or even retiring early, all from a coin most people ignore. That's not just wealth, freedom, it's security, and it's the chance to rewrite your story. And here's the best part. This 1997 D penny isn't the only sleeper hiding in plain sight. In my next video, I'll reveal another modern coin that people overlook every single day, but that's quietly making collectors millionaires overnight. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. So, go check your coins. That 1997 D penny could be sitting in your kitchen drawer right now. Don't spend it to inspect it, because in the world of coin collecting, fortunes are hiding in the smallest places. If you found this eye-opening, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video, because who knows, you might just help someone discover their million-dollar penny today. What if I told you that the penny sitting quietly in your change jar could secretly be worth $500,000, or even more? Yes, you heard that right. A single 2014 no mint mark Lincoln penny, the kind you've probably overlooked 1,000 times, has shocked collectors and investors alike, fetching an astonishing $576,000 in today's market. Now, before you shake your head and think, come on, it's just a penny, let me ask you this. Do you really know what's hiding inside your wallet? Stick with me until the end, because not only will I reveal the true story of the 2014 no mint mark penny, but I'll also share the secret details that determine whether The coin in your hand could transform your life overnight, and trust me, you do not want to miss this. The year was 2014. Millions of Lincoln cents rolled off the presses. Business as usual. Most were completely ordinary, worth exactly 1 cent. But here's the twist. In the chaos of mass production, a tiny fraction slipped through the cracks. These coins bore no mint mark, an error that instantly set them apart. Now, errors in coinage aren't new, but this one. This was different. The missing mint mark created a numismatic anomaly so rare, collectors began treating it like buried treasure. Think about it. While most people were tossing their pennies into jars, one overlooked coin was quietly turning into a financial time bomb, waiting for the right person to discover it. And the question is, could that person be you? Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, are you telling me my spare change could be worth more than my car? Yes. In fact, in some cases, it could be worth more than your entire garage. So, before you laugh at that penny sitting on the floorboard of your car, just remember, it might be laughing back at you. Here's where things get serious. The 2014 no mint mark penny is currently valued at around $576,000 for pristine collector-grade examples. That's not just pocket change. That's life-changing money. A home, a retirement fund, a college education for your kids. But here's the catch. Only a handful of these rare pennies are known to exist. And every day that passes, more of them vanish into private collections, possibly forever. That means the one you might hold in your hand could be the last key to unlocking an opportunity. Most people will never see dot. Imagine finding it hand, then realizing you spent it on a pack of gum. So how do you know if you're holding the right one? What separates the $1 million penny from the everyday 1-cent coin? Stick with me, because the next few minutes could mean the difference between a coin worth millions and a coin worth exactly 1 cent. No mint mark on the obverse right under the date. 2014, there should be no letter P, D, or S. If it's blank, your heart should skip a beat. Condition coins in mint state with no scratches, discoloration, or wear skyrocket in value. A single scratch can reduce a $500,000 penny to pocket change. Errors and variations, some 2014 no mint mark pennies, also carry subtle die errors like double strikes or misaligned designs that can push the price even higher. Now, don't go grabbing a magnifying glass and scaring your neighbors by shouting, "I'm rich," just yet. Because remember, if you call the pizza guy and try to pay with a $576,000 penny, that delivery is not going to end well. So let's say you find one. What happens next? You don't just walk into a grocery store and spend it. You carefully preserve it, grade it, and present it to collectors or auction houses that are desperate for coins like this. And when that hammer drops at auction, your 1 cent transforms into $500,000. Just like that, now imagine what that could mean for your future: paying off your mortgage, funding your dream lifestyle, retiring early, never worrying about money again. This isn't just about coins. It's about the chance to rewrite your story, to turn something ordinary into something extraordinary. But here's the danger. Most people will ignore their change. They'll let opportunities slip through their fingers, literally, and by the time they realize what they've lost, it'll be too late. Collectors will have locked these treasures away, and the window will close. So I'll leave you with one final question. When you look at the pennies in your home, will you dismiss them as worthless? Or will you take a closer look and possibly uncover the coin that changes your life forever? If you're ready to learn more about hidden treasures like the 2014 no mint mark penny, make sure you subscribe and watch my other videos, because the next coin we uncover might just be the one that makes you a millionaire overnight. Don't miss your chance. Your future could be resting in the palm of your hand. Right now, imagine this. You're holding a penny, just 1 cent, worth less than a piece of bubblegum. But what if I told you that very same penny in your pocket could actually be worth over $327,000, and in some cases, even millions? Yes, you heard that right. A 201 8D Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin so common you've probably spent one without thinking, is hiding a shocking secret. And tonight, I'm going to reveal why this little coin has the power to change your financial destiny forever. But before you roll your eyes and say, "It's just a penny," let me warn you. Dismissing this could mean throwing away a fortune. because once you know what to look for, your life might never be the same. The 2018D Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest mints in the nation. Billions of coins rolled off the presses. And that's exactly why most people ignore it. It looks too ordinary, too recent, too cheap. But here's the twist. Hidden among these billions are rare error strikes and pristine conditions. So flawless, collectors are battling for them at auction. The highest recorded sale, a jaw-dropping $327,000 for just 1 cent. Think about that for a second. Somebody just paid the price of a luxury Lamborghini for a penny. Now that's one expensive trip to the vending machine. But what makes this penny so extraordinary? Why are collectors scrambling for it like treasure hunters chasing gold? It comes down to 3 powerful forces. Error strikes sum 2018D. Pennies carry double-die errors, off-center strikes, or even missing details. Each mistake turns an ordinary coin into a rarity worth thousands, pristine, grading a coin in perfect mint state. 70. Condition can skyrocket in value because it represents absolute perfection. Collector demand, with modern coin enthusiasts on the rise, younger generations are driving up prices for coins once overlooked. And here's the kicker. Most people have no idea these valuable pennies are already circulating in their change jars, sock drawers, and piggy banks. Which means, right now, you could be sitting on one without realizing it. So, what does this mean for you? It means every coin you touch could be the key to wealth. Every handful of change could contain the 1 penny that flips your story from ordinary to extraordinary. No, I know what you're thinking, but come on, it's just a penny. Why bother? And that's exactly what keeps most people broke. They overlook the small opportunities that grow into fortunes. Let me ask you this. If you found a lottery ticket on the ground, would you pick it up? Of course you would. So why would you ever ignore the pennies sitting in your jar at home? The truth is, coins like the 2018D don't just sit around forever. Collectors are sweeping them up. Auctions are skyrocketing. And every day that passes is another day you could be missing your shot. Right now, someone, somewhere in America, is about to discover a 2018D Lincoln Pennyworth of fortune. The only question is, will it be you, or will you let it slip through your fingers? Check your coins, search your change, because the millionaire penny doesn't knock twice. And if you think this penny is impressive, wait until you hear about another coin that's turning everyday Americans into overnight millionaires. Stay tuned, because in my next video, I'll reveal the coin that's even rarer and even more valuable.